Alright, welcome back. Spring's starting to come out and we're starting to get some really beautiful weather, so I had to come out and do some workout in my food truck. And the items I wanted to work on today were our Bunn machines. They're used to make frozen drinks, and one of the most common problems that you have when your drinks aren't freezing is that in the very back here there's some filters and they need to be cleaned fairly frequently. I created a stand here that was used to separate the hot air which blows out of the bottom from a cold air intake through the side of the trailer on the back. So this is the cold air intake that's used to draw the cold air in, and then there's an exhaust here which tries to exhaust the hot air as it's used to cool the machines. And so I'm not able to get to the filter, and so I didn't make it the easiest on myself, and so what I need to do is I actually need to unscrew the mount from the bottom, pull it forward, and then spray it out with some compressed air. What you'll notice is down in here I've actually set it up so I've got it on, as I've got three temperature probes. The top value there is actually the air temperature when it's coming in. The one on the left hand side is the temperature in the left hand machine, and the temperature on the right hand side is the temperature on the right hand machine. It just kind of lets me know if I am having problems that freezing it down. Just gives me an idea of what's happening on the inside of the machines as well. I've also set it up so I've got a fan or an inline fan there which actually draws the air through the bottom. So when the air exhausts through the bottom of these units here, the air actually comes from down here. The fan picks it up. I've built actual trim that fits and closes this all into one secure piece. And here it is with that temperature thing just lifted up all the way. And actually pulls the hot air out. So what we need to do is just kind of clean this up, get rid of the dust, and pull these legs underneath here. We've got some bolts. Pull the bolts out so I can slide this forward and get to the filter in the back. And I'll show you that here in just a little bit. And then I'm going to use some compressed air just to blow the radiators nice and clean. Normally you may want to do this outside of the food truck because it is going to create a lot of dust, but being that we are at the very beginning of the season, this is going to get a head to toe cleaning, and it'll be fine if I get a little bit of dust. Alright, so it's about at this time we want to clean up and be able to get to the underside where I've set the bolts to go through the bottom of the countertop here, so I can actually take this and pull this forward a little bit. Put this back into place, and then it's time to get to it. Over the other piece that I mentioned, you probably want to make sure that you've disconnected the power before doing any work inside of the machine. One other thing I had forgotten to mention is that on the back of the actual radiators there's a screen, and it's a screen that I'm going to be having to pull out and clean, and as well as blowing out the back of the radiators and getting all the dust out of that. Now you should be leaving the screen in the back. On this one I have taken it out. So realize that if you don't leave the screen in the back, which I'll show you once I'm finished, is you do run the risk of clogging up the radiator. It's kind of like on a vehicle. If the radiator gets plugged up, you're going to have some problems freezing down your drinks. Okay? Now you can see underneath how it's connected to the countertop. We have 4 bolts. We have 2 over here, and we have 2 on this side. I just need to back them out so I can slide the machine forward. Alright, now I need to slide this a little bit forward. The screen is actually right in the back here, and so I need to pull it forward enough that it still is going to be supported on here, and hopefully they're locked down in place so I can still use that to support the main unit. Everything looks like it's going to be long enough. So right there you notice the screen. There's a little tab there and on the other side. What you need to do is kind of pull that down towards the floor. Then as you're doing that, kind of pull it away from the back of the machine and then pull it straight up. And then that's the filter, or the first stage filter for the radiator in the back. That will be the reason probably why we're not getting a lot of good cooling. It's very plugged up. So it's definitely causing issues trying to keep the heat exchange working. Even with that first stage filter on there, it's still quite dirty. Gotta make sure you get all that blown out and cleaned out. Alright, I'm not going to be replacing it, but to show you how much dirt this actually does collect, I'm going to wash it out. And then I'll just use a pressed air to spray it out and dry it out after. Alright, time to put on the PPE. Okay, I've set it for about 60 to 70 psi. Same kind of thing as I want to blow it back through in the opposite direction to which the dust was being collected. Alright, to make sure I do a proper job on this one, I'm also going to undo it, pull it forward so I can get to the back of the radiator and make sure I can give it a good clean. Yeah. Here's the other one. Alright, it's time to clean up the dirt and dust on the bottom here and put everything back together again. When I built this, I used a semi-gloss paint so it'll be easy to clean afterwards. The back of that piece I just took out, you'll see there's a temperature probe, and that gives me the temperature of the air coming from the outside into the unit. Just taped onto the back. As you're going through doing this kind of work, this actually gives you an opportunity to look to see if there's any issues. You notice I'm missing a plastic spin-on nut there for electrical, so I'm going to go grab one and put it on and fix it. Alright, so I'm just going to put this back in place. Alright, we're going to replace the side panel now. Works. Machine's coming on. want to go and check, make sure that she's good and solid. It's not going to move around when I travel on the road, so I'm just going to test it. Alright, one last thing, just want to make sure they power up. Just take a quick look and see if it's going to frost a little bit. So she's turned on. I'm just going to turn on the barrels into ice. And then it should start to frost up. Should hear the final kick on in just a little bit. There we go, there's the compressor starting. Compressor's kicking on and starting to warm up a little bit. It's a lot hotter than what's actually freezing the drinks. The frozen drinks in there, but okay, you can see it's starting to freeze up there. Frost is starting to form. Same over here. Some frost forming on there. One thing you may not have known is when it says capital ice, it means that they're actually cooling down. And then when the capital letters disappear and they go to the lowercase, it lets you know that it's just holding. It's not actually freezing down your barrels anymore. Okay, so that's good. A good frost starting there. There's a secret button here. Hold it on the Ultra. So you've done putting the filter. Same thing here, Ultra. Filter cleaned. I guess these ones are just going to want to spin in order to freeze down. See there, frost is starting to form already. And the same over here. Okay, so hopefully it'll be good for this coming season. I'm going to try and maybe order a maintenance kit. Let me know in the comments down below if you would like to see me do a maintenance kit. What that is pulling the barrels out. There's some seals in front, or if you'd like to even know how to clean these machines, leave me a comment and I'll walk you through my cleaning process. They've got a seal in here that needs to be changed every once in a while. If you don't, liquid will actually leak past, and then you look down in here and you see a great big mess of syrup and everything. It's just because your product's leaking past your primary seal and the secondary seal that's in behind it. Okay, that about wraps it up. What we've done, we've gone through and we've cleaned the pre-filter in the back as well as the radiator. We've blown it out. We've gone in and a little bit of cleaning underneath just to get all the dust and stuff set up. We've made sure that the machines are frosting down, that can be ready for us when the season starts up, as well as just any kind of taking a quick look to see if there was any issues that I saw right off the bat, so that I'm not in a bit of a panic the first time I try to freeze these up. Again, if you want to see how to clean them, if you want to see how to change the seals that are up and behind, leave me comments down below, and I'll do my best to order the parts and bring it in and walk you through that process with me. Thanks again, and looking forward to seeing you all a little later. Bye bye now. Take care.